to my channel Technical Arcoin. Today's topic, multi-threading in Java. So go for it. Today's topic, multi-threading in Java. So first we know what is multi-threading programming. Java is a multi-threaded programming language. Okay? A multi-threaded program contains two or more parts that can run concurrently, and each part can handle a different task at the same time. Okay, like one subprogram can display an animation on the screen while another may build the next animation to be displayed. Okay, now there is a diagram which is known as state transition diagram of a thread. Okay, basically this is a life cycle of a thread and which consists 5 states, and when it will execute during the life cycle of a thread. Okay, and what are the thread states are? First is a newborn state, second one is a runnable state, third one is a running state, fourth one is a blocked state, and fifth one is dead state. Okay, now when a new thread is execute, means it goes under newborn state. So this is the state number 1, means the starts. Okay, and when it start, it go to the runnable state, and after that it should transfer into the running state, and in that way it is rotate until unless it will stop. Okay, and if any suspend, sleep or wait is going on, then it go to the block state. So this is actually the 4th state, and when everything is complete, or it may happen it go for the resume, then it go to the runnable state. Means there can be 2 possibilities. If it is stop, then it go to the dead state, and which one is your 5th state. Okay, and if there resume is done, then it go again to the runnable state. Means it will continuously going on until unless it is end or stop. Okay, so basically this diagram shows the transition diagram of a thread in Java. Okay, now we go the particular topic for thread is concerned, how to create a thread. Okay, there are 2 ways to create a thread. Number 1, by extending thread class, and number 2, by implementing runnable interface. Okay, so we go for the first example, creating thread by extending the thread class. Okay, now here creating thread by extending the thread class. How can we do that? So here we take 2 class, one is class A and that is class B, and both are extending the thread class, right? And what happened, we are using a run method, public void run. This run method actually overridden from the thread class. So both cases the same, public void run, public void run. Why? Because this run method is overwritten from the thread class. So we give a statement system.out.println, and there are also the statement system.out.println. Now the driver class, where we are create the object for class A and for the class B. The object for class A class is A1, and object for the class B is the B1. And now we are not write here run. Don't write run here. We are write here start, because start method when called, then it is automatically called the run method. So what happened when we call these 2 line, this 2 thread separately or parallelly run simultaneously. Okay, when start method, means this method of thread class is used to start a newly created thread, it performs following tasks. Number 1, a new thread starts. Number 2, the thread moves from newborn state to the runnable state. Okay, and number 3, when the thread gets a chance to execute, its target run method will run. Okay, so this will be described in that particular program, where creating thread by extending the thread class. Okay. Now the another way is that creating thread by implementing the runnable interface. How? Now we are defining a class and implements the runnable. It's a system defined interface, runnable, and same thing we are define a run method. But should remember, in that case, run method is an abstract method of the interface runnable. We are just define here, means we are defining the body here. And after that what happened? We are define the driver class, and here should remember that at first we are defining the object, or we are instantiate the object, then we create the thread object and we send as an argument of that class object. Okay, and after that we are calling the object of the thread dot start. That means that it will again call this run method, and in that way it also run parallelly. Okay. One point should remember in case of multi-threading, it is that after starting a thread, okay, means after when you create or you start the thread, it can never be started again, otherwise it's an exception. Okay. Now there may arise a question that what is the difference between multitasking and multi-threading, right? Multitasking is when multiple processes share common processing resources such as a CPU. It is an operating system concept, whereas multi-threading extends the idea of multitasking into applications where we can subdivide specific operations within a single application into individual threads. Each of the threads can run in parallel. It is a programming concept, right? I hope you have understood this topic and it will be helpful for you. Thank you.